I mentioned I just went through that whole Tony Robbins thing, so it was really cool. I've actually gotten to know Tony, and so I was telling this story last night. In fact, Tony has put together a program that I'm part of. Like, he interviewed me about product launches, and now he is selling that as an information product. And when you go to his event, that's like the first thing that he sells is Jeff Walker, and I'm sitting in the audience, and he's up there all of a sudden, he starts talking about Jeff Walker, and it's like, holy cow. But anyways, before the event, I'm like, well, Tony, I'm going to, just to let you know, he's got a big organization, so I didn't know if he knew, but I'm going to be at the event. And I'm going to be there, and if I can help you in any way, if you want to pull me up on stage and say hi or whatever, or anything I can do to help you, because I know you're trying to sell that program, let me know. And he writes back to me and he says, well, Jeff, let me know any ideas you have, but I don't want to take you out of state while you're at the event. So like the whole event's about putting you in this state where you're very receptive to material. And so I read that, and I'm like, I'm like this grizzled old marketing dude. I'm like, I'm not going to be in any kind of state. Give me a break. Well, I was like in Mars. I was like so, just off the chart. So it's this context I learned from Eben Pagan, who's a good friend of mine. It talks about the inner game and the outer game. The inner game, starting with you and your brain, and then how's that inner game going to relate to your client and your prospect to be? And then we're going to move into the outer game. And the outer game is working to create that launch, taking that launch from just you and the client and taking it out to the world and having a huge success. So that's a context. And we'll play with that context several different times as we go through this. But we're starting it with the inner game and getting that all nice and shiny and polished, because it has to be. You have to be able to stand first in front of your mirror and say, it costs X number of dollars to get on my calendar and X percent of the launch to hire me. And then you go from standing in front of the mirror to like maybe standing in front of your kids, to standing in front of your spouse, to eventually standing in front of your brother-in-law, and then standing in front of the client and saying that and feeling it and being able to deliver that. So then we're moving from the inner to the outer, and then we're going out to the world with the launch to create the launch. So that's sort of the context we're going to keep on coming back to.